Great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Transformation Tuesday in Paradigm Shifters, and we're so grateful. Yeah, let's take a deep breath in gratitude for September 12th, 2023. Yeah, that we're fully alive and fully present and in awareness. So, as you know, I think, well, if not, Paradigm Shifters, we are a growing global community dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. How's that? Cool, Brigitte, right? Yep. And September, our topic is Our Children, Our Future. So, to continue our discussion from last week, we're having one of my good buddies, Brigitte, Dr. Brigitte Tan, who is a grief specialist and also the founder of International Childhood Cancer Charity. So come on in here, Brigitte. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your mission, and maybe some a little bit about what healing means. It's all yours. Come on in.
Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you. And thank you, Paradigm Shifter. It is such an honor and a delight to be with you again. And I just love these discussions on our children, our future. It's such a joy to be able to share with you today. And coincidentally, our children, our future, coincidentally, this is being with me representing and with being the president of International Childhood Cancer Charity and also a grief specialist. This is interesting coincidence because this is also is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And so you mentioned about healing. So what am I about? Really, I would say what I am about is healing one heart, one person at a time, healing one heart at a time. And the reasons for that is many times when we think about healing, we think about all the physical body. And then for some of us, we also think about healing of the mind. For us who are in the study of the mind, we know that our mind can influence our physical body very, very much. But the one step further that many of us are yet to discover is the power of the heart. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a very known speaker, author, and healer, says that when you heal your heart, you heal your mind. And paradigm shifters, many times we know that when we heal or we navigate our mind, then we can heal, so to say, our result, whether it's a physical body or it's a physical result with your work, with your relationship, with your finances, and everything else. And so I would say, and what I'm about is healing one heart at a time, because nowadays we know that when you heal your heart, you heal your mind, you heal everything else. And also many times people, Judy, many times people, and you might have had this experience as well. We discuss how sometimes we're like, yeah, we want to do this, but then we feel kind of selfish. We feel like, oh, I know I'm not feeling, physically, maybe I'm not feeling well over here. I could be more vibrant, or I could have less ache and pains, and then whether physically or emotionally or something. But then we feel selfish. We kind of like, oh my God, there are all these people, and then there are also people who you might be responsible to, and we often not remembering that it's actually when you heal yourself you heal others.
Ah,
And for us being this discussion of back to children of the future, you cannot heal other fully and completely until you heal yourself. Why? Imagine whether it's a broken heart or a broken leg, so to say, if you are gimping along, so to say, then you're not going to be able to serve fully. And when you're not going to, let's say you want to be there for children, but if your heart has a block, therefore causing your mind to have a block, and perhaps your physical body or your result to have a block. We discussed about this the other day, that sometimes some people, even cancer, right? Even cancer, some people have some people who understandably been traumatized by cancer. They say, yeah, I want to help. I want to help. But deep in their heart, cancers created subconscious fear.
oh, that's an important thing. Yeah, cancer creates an unconscious fear.
Mhm.
That's when we were talking. I would yes, continue, and I love that. Healing one heart at a time, and that there's
And,
good
and
hope.
it could be something different. It might not be cancer, but it could be poverty. Some people who grow up really tough, understandably, just the word poverty or impoverished or seeing somebody, and it's not because they're mean or they become ignorant. Sometimes we say, oh, they used to be poor, but now they're rich and they don't even want to look at the poor, and they are so mean and they so inconsiderate and all these things. But being a grief specialist, I have many people who says it's not that I don't want to. I can't do that. It's scary for me to do that. It's scary for me to even hear the word impoverished. It's just uncomfortable. So deep in their heart, they want to help, but also deep in their heart there is a trauma. And this trauma that and they didn't know why until they're like, I don't know why. It's just kind of like I feel so uneasy when I see that. It's giving me flashback and I kind of don't want to go there anymore.
Oh,
And
that is,
that,
well, I know we were talking about is that word cancer, because yeah, that brings back past trauma, you know, for me.
yeah, for
Yeah, so this is so good to talk about, like the word and the wordings that would bring up. Yeah, we want to help. Ugh,
yeah, and so true
going.
healing. So what is true healing? So what is true healing for our children of the future? True healing is about hope. True healing is not, sometimes people's like, oh, grief work and healing work, let's take a lot of time. And yeah, well, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna tough it up and drag along with this. I'm still functioning. But many don't realize that true healing is about hope. True healing is about love. True healing is about being able to live again the way with full joy. True healing is about honoring. And true healing is about, like you implied, Judy, freedom. It's about freedom, where you are able to do, be, and see, and everything, be present where you want to be without all this subconscious block that make you say, oh, that's uncomfortable, this is uncomfortable, and that's an invisible. When you have this is, I mean, this is funny. I was seeing somebody saying something about fear of height. Just think about this. Think about this is something slightly different, but even fear of height, right? So many of us have fear of height. When you have fear of height, do you have full freedom?
Oh,
No. You can't climb up a ladder. You cannot go up on a hiking trail high up the mountain. I used to have fear of height. So I can relate. I used to be so afraid of height that I would not climb up a ladder. And in the antagonistic way, I love house with high ceilings. But when you have subconscious fear, you don't have freedom. Whether it's whether it's a conscious fear or a subconscious fear. When you have past trauma, then you're not going. It will interfere you from being able to be fully there for our children, for your children, who is immediate. Whether you are a parent, a teacher, in the community, you might say, oh, I want to be doing this or that for the kids, but if there is something holding you back, perhaps in your subconscious, but you might just notice certain thing uncomfortable, or like you mentioned, Judy, certain trauma in the past, whether it's cancer, whether it's being impoverished or anything, then you kind of like, oh yeah, I want to help, but look at this poor kids in Africa, or the sick children in those hospital, and I want to help. But once you really step into that, it become uncomfortable, and then we draw back, and then we say, oh, I don't know why, I've been thinking about helping, but I can never get myself to do that.
Okay, well, so how do we get past that? And and also the mission of International Childhood Cancer, uh, charity. That well, first of all, let's talk about the mission, and then perhaps different ways to help or get past our own trauma so that we really can touch the future, as
So
well as touching ourselves. Go ahead.
So yes, I love that. So the missions of the International Childhood Cancer Charity is to heal the heart in addition to healing the body with cancer, as well as with many other physical illness, but particularly with cancer. The healing of the body is very important. Please don't take me wrong. My background is oncology, and I know cancer can take some of us out faster than we can say it. And so the healing of the body, but also to heal the heart, and therefore heal the mind and keep the body healthy. And so it's to empower. To healing is actually an empowerment. And when you really heal the heart, you empower them truly from the core of all of us. You might have heard that we start with our heart, with the first organs that's to develop in all of us is our heart. So to start with the core of all of us, which is our heart, and so it's to heal the heart of the children and of the family. Being an oncologist, when I was in clinic, I noticed, and being a grief specialist as well, but the two combined, that many people, they can have the physical cancer healed already. And this is for the person who experienced it, but also in particular for their family. Their physical cancer might heal already, even in the event where the physical cancer is healed already. Their cancer, they're physically fine and sound, but the trauma from that cancer, the trauma from the treatment, all these things hold them back and stop them from being free. And so much so that what defeat a cancer patients in the modern medicine days are not the physical cancer, but the emotional trauma that's not resolved. Because then when you have a trauma in your heart, if you heal your heart, you heal your mind. If your heart still traumatized, your mind still traumatized, your results still affected. And so that is something that why the International Childhood Cancer Charity mission is to heal emotionally, which is to heal the heart and mind, in addition, as well as to heal physically and empower the International Childhood Cancer Charities to heal emotionally and physically impoverished children with cancer globally, and these are children who doesn't have the resource. And we know that also many times that yes, you can heal physically, just like this is in any country. You can heal them physically, but if their mind and their heart or their skill is not in alignment with the way they're supposed to live, they're going right back into the same environment that caused the problem to start with, or the challenge, the opportunity to start with. And it's, if it's not this cancer, it's something else's. So we want to also empower them with the International Childhood Cancer Charity through collaboration, uh, such that they are able to heal and to be able to learn new skills and tools, such that they are able to get themselves out of the conditions that they are in. And then in a trickle effect brings good to their community, because when we help one unit to create good, it's good for all. So that would be the mission of the International Childhood Cancer Charity, to heal and to empower, and thus create freedom, to allow freedom in trickle effect for all.
And you know what I really love? Well, I'm on the board of directors with you, and um, what I love is that we all contribute in different ways. And you know, my background is a special ed teacher. I've seen many children pass and die, and the trauma in the families. And I kept thinking, oh, if only we could, you know, uh, start that healing process in the families. Um, this is long term, right? This
Yeah.
is a long term commitment, and we're dedicated to long term support. So let's go on and talk a little bit more about that, about like, yeah, the vision, the actual vision for the organization.
Absolutely. And as you say, Judy, it's a long term, because children is not a one shot thing. If you bring a child into this world, then you will keep going. The child will be around for the next, hopefully, 80 to 100 years, right? Many times past our times. And so it is a long term commitment. And it's a long term commitment for that we have. In other words, we stay with, when once we start with this family, then we will help them heal physically and emotionally. So heal their heart, heal their mind, heal their body. Then also we teach them and help empower them, such that they are able to, so to say, the mission is to teach them how to build a net, so they are able to fish. We're not here to give somebody fish forever, but we want to be able teach them to build a net, so they're able to fish, and help themselves out of. And that will take more than a month or even a year, and that could be a work of years and even decades long. And so that is something that we, with the International Childhood Cancer Charity, that's the missions, that we're here for you, and we will help you to heal and then to become empowered, such that you can be free and bring good to others. as well, because this is a circular universe. So you can be free and you can bring goods directly and indirectly to others as well. And I want to pause with that. I also want to pause. Thank you for mentioning in it that you are in the board of director. It's an honor and it's a real honor to be working alongside you and serving alongside you. I also want to invite, like you said, Judy, everybody's contribute differently. You come with certain background, other board member come with certain background. I actually want to invite the paradigm shifter, anyone who's listening to this. If this feel called to, if this is calling your heart, if you got curious to just connect with us, we welcome people with all different skill. And you might say, I have no skill. I'm not a social media expert, which we welcome. I'm not this and that, but you never know. When Judy first speak with me, I don't know if you remember, it's like, this is such a great idea, but I don't know anything. Yeah, that's what you said. I'm not I'm not social media pro, and I'm not I am like, Judy, you are a wealth of things that you just didn't recognize at the time until we have the discussion. So if this is something you said, you know what, I kind of want to know more about this. Or if you said, you know what, helping children or helping those with cancer or impoverished, I always want to be involved more instead of just kind of giving a little donations here and there, which there's some donations is of course always great and welcome by any charity, including International Childhood Cancer Charity. But you're like, I kind of always want to be involved a little bit more, but it's always just a little uncomfortable for me. As we mentioned earlier, it's possible something that you're not even aware about is holding you back. A client of mine is one of that recent client of mine. She came to me for a different reason, but after that, she said, you know what, now I look back, now I'm clear why. I always want to be helping people with this particular thing, but I always find a reasons not to. And it was because of Papa's trauma that's very easy actually to clear and to move forward from.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Well, we're going to put some energy on you and what would you love? We're going to get our energy here. And it's, I love the fact that Paradigm Shifters has been going strong every Transformation Tuesday since 2020, March 2020. And each week that we have these sparks, the ideas, we're growing an awareness globally, an awareness of energy that we can generate and must generate, I feel, to keep this planet and our children and us growing. So I'm going to put some energy, and I would love to have you. What would you love? And I'm going to put some energy over to you out in Las Vegas, Nevada right now, currently. There you go. So did you get that?
Thank you. What would I love? Well, what I love is to allow people to connect to their heart and be able to truly fully heal. And with that, it just came to me, allow people to connect to their heart, to be able to fully truly heal. Because when you heal your heart, you heal your mind, you heal your result. But also with children, this is being Children for the Month, and in general, it allows you to heal other as well. There's a saying, hurt people. And so healed people help other people. So, and if it is okay with you, Judy, it just came to me that you asked your second question was how do people heal? How do people heal from this trauma, right? And for some people, it requires certain, so for instance, we as a grief specialist, I help people heal from any form of trauma and any of the 40 different causes of grief. And I use a system called it's the 5-step, four prongs, 3-dimensional approach. But the 3-dimensional here, your heart, your body, your mind. But for some, and for some people, they do benefit from this 8 weeks class. But for others, sometimes we really just really need to reconnect to our heart. And so if it's okay with you and the paradigm shifter, I would love to just share for like sort of like a very mini meditations that takes about a minute or probably 2 to 3 minutes. Is that okay? This just allow us to connect to our heart. And for many of us, this is all we need to allow our heart to open and start healing.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, super. So I invite you to just notice your breathing. You can do deep breathing, but you don't need to. You just want to notice your inhale and notice your exhale. Notice your inhale. Notice your exhale. Notice your inhale. Notice your exhale. One more time, notice your inhale and notice your exhale. And on the next inhale, imagine you send this inhale breath to your heart. And as you exhale, imagine that your heart opened up and you exhale through your heart. Another time, inhale, you send the inhale breath to your heart. You might want to if you want to put your one hand over where your heart is. As you exhale, you almost feel the exhale breath coming through your heart. Another time, inhale, send it to your heart. And this time, imagine that your heart expands as your chest expands. And as you exhale through and with your heart relaxes as your chest and you relax. And you inhale, sending energy, good energy and love into your heart and allow it to expand. As you exhale, see that your heart and chest relax and your heart release anything that's no longer benefiting it. As you inhale, your chest and heart expand with love and good fresh energy. As you exhale, your chest and heart relax and your heart release anything that's no longer benefiting it or you. And if it's not immediately, that you will find a way that you will welcome and act on immediately to help you truly and fully heal. One last time as you inhale, your chest and heart expand and filled with love and beautiful, refreshing energy and health and freedom and joy. As you exhale, your chest and heart relax, releasing anything that's not benefiting you right away, and also bringing to you ways to release everything that's no longer benefiting you. And just notice on the next one, notice your inhale, knowing that every time you inhale, your heart can expand, and exhale, knowing that anytime you exhale, your heart and you can relax and release. Notice your inhale, notice your exhale. Notice your inhale, knowing you continue to grow and be even more free. Notice your exhale, knowing you continue to release with every exhale. A final one, notice your inhale and notice your exhale. And knowing as you open your eyes with a big smile that joy and freedom and ease and love and abundance will always continue to be with you as you continue to take the step to continue to release and refresh and grow.
And so it is. Thank you so much.
Please share in the comment. Please share in the comment. How do you feel? To jump in, chime in. How do you feel about this? And if this is something that you make you feel any way or find any benefit, and feel welcome. Feel welcome. I'm sure Judy is okay. Feel welcome to share this with anyone who you know, since we never know who might benefit from something, just a short noticing.
There you go. Wow, thank you so much. What a great Transformation Tuesday. So, dream big, dream bold, and wow, we see you all expanding in love and growth and healing. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, to be with you.
Amen.